to the Dorkeries. So today, let's call this a follow-up video, Lady Dorkery. Our last 25 book submission for CGC was quite the experience. We'll link the video for that down below, so you can go back and maybe watch it before you watch this if you didn't watch our 25 book submission, because basically it was really interesting. Like, if you watch as soon as I open up the CGC, one of the first things that I said was, that was interesting.
This is different packaging.
I've never seen this before.
And we were just, we just thought that maybe they changed some things. We had no idea what was to follow that one statement of, this is interesting packaging.
And because of that improper packaging, which CGC has also admitted that they should not have packed it this way, we had some damage to some books. So, you know what? I actually took some footage of this, of what it looked like, so you can kind of get into it. So watch this real quick. So I'm going to document a little bit about what happened with this last CGC submission and why there was damage and what I'm doing to rectify the situation. This is a normal CGC box. This is normal shipping. As we all know, this lovely, big, thick cardboard, very sturdy, goes on the top and the bottom, and normally then your books are in there kind of encased by this outer cardboard, as you can see right here. And then there's another one of these, thick one, at the bottom, so it's protecting the top and the bottom and surrounds it. And of course there's also normally bubble wrap around the books as well, and it goes within there. And as you can see, when you put that top in right there, there's virtually no room, and also if there's an impact to the top or the bottom, this takes the brunt. So my books, very surprisingly, came this way. It was a box within a box, and it was 25 books. There was no normal of this, and instead we got this. Now, there was some bubble wrap around here, but I've since taken that out, and so that I can ship the other books back. But as you can see, there was literally just bubble wrap around there, and this was able to go around, and when it was within transit, the top got hit, and that's where we got our cracks from. So here's the damage based upon the actual packaging of which this was sent to me. So we basically had 3 cracked cases on that end. And then the one that we had talked about on our video that we thought was based upon a machine error of the inner well, putting the comic book in that sleeve that's on the inside. Actually, it looks like what happened was that brunt hit these comics in that same area and pushed the comic into the inner well and actually tore it, because it's in the same exact place as where the other cracks are on this book. So I'm sending these books that are cracked to get reholdered, and then I'm sending this Darth Vader 3 to hopefully get either a book replacement or a buyout. So basically that's where we're at with this situation. They've been very kind about it. They definitely know what's going on, and they said it was definitely unusual packaging, not what we're used to from CGC. So that's just a little behind the scenes of what we're doing to try to rectify the situation. So as you could see, wow, that was very interesting. Like, why in the world would you put a box within a box with no cardboard on the outside protecting it?
The reason is not enough workers.
Well, the reason is, yes.
Rush.
Well, I actually talked to, again, shout out to Miss Lorraine. I actually talked to Miss Lorraine, and she said, our shipping out is so crazy right now that our front desk area that used to kind of be like their lobby when it wasn't pandemic is actually now a makeshift shipping room. Wow. I was like, wow. So, I mean, again, it was, maybe they ran out of that thick cardboard that day, or what it was.
Someone just missed it in the
so I called CGC because basically from that, as you saw, we had 3 cracked slabs, and then we had a Darth Vader 3, which at the time when we did the video, we thought that the process of slabbing it
was what damaged the
We
book.
thought that the slab went on top of the comic, but it's actually because of the packaging that it was just hit and hit
so
and
that
hit
one
until the comic
kind of brunt
pushed.
hit that cracked the 3 ones, and that same exact spot where the crack is where the Darth Vader 3 got damaged. So I reached out to CGC and they said, send them in. We'll give you the overnight label. They paid for the shipping there. They also overnighted it back. And she asked me to, on the Darth Vader, to put a note on there specifically pointing out to what happened and what I believe the damage to be was. And I did that. I said, hey, this is because of your improper shipping, and I would like this book not reslabbed. I did not want it reslabbed. I wanted it to be basically bought out or to be replaced, which she said was an option if they found it to be. She said they'll call you and they'll talk to you about it. Well,
They did not.
they did not call me. They just shipped it out. And I called CGC yesterday with some frustration on that and said, hey, you were supposed to call me, look at the notes. I emailed Miss Lorraine. I mean, and I still haven't heard back from them. The main thing the CGC lady told me that I did speak with on the phone was for basically open these up, see what happens. She says, I just think they reslabbed it. You know, see what happens and then reach out to us if it's still not meeting what you wanted. So
this is a ongoing story and process.
So this is the update as it is, and I'm doing it live because I think, again, it's always good to have video evidence of what's going on. So I already see the Darth Vader 3, and we'll see if okay, so not only do we have a problem that they didn't call us, they went ahead and actually slabbed this,
Without a grade.
no,
Oh, okay.
the wrong way.
Oh my God. What? What? That's why I said it didn't have a grade, because I was looking at the front of it with no white sticker.
Yeah.
What?
Quality control issues.
Guys.
Even when you call their attention to it. I mean, this should be a situation where you're like, you got your best person on this because you royally screwed up.
Slap a comic backwards.
Wow. Out of control, man. They are out of control. All you can do at this point is laugh.
What even?
Now, let's see if that damage
It
is gone.
doesn't look damaged. I don't see damage. Do you?
I still see the damage.
Okay.
Yep, it's still down there. Right there. You can still see it.
Well, I see that it's like a bubble, but it looked ripped in the other casing.
Yeah, it did. It did.
It doesn't look ripped to me. Either way, this
bless
is
America.
freaking acceptable.
All right, so here's the other one. We had the Thor 411. It was cracked. So
they didn't regrade it. This is the
No,
grade
no,
that
all
it was.
they do is they just
all they
reslab
did
it.
was put it in a slab that is not broken, and I'm gonna check every inch of
I know,
it.
right? So we've got my Spider-Man 55, and then I did look at the notes on this afterwards, and they did mention, you can actually see it right there, that there was a little bit of a color rub on the back right there. That's why this did not get the 9.8. So that's okay. I can accept that.
Let me see it.
So that, and then the other thing, of course, I'm just laughing out loud at this. And then the other thing was,
Is that normal?
what's that?
I've never noticed that before. Nothing. Just keep going.
And then the last one was the Wolverine #1, which I thought had a really great shot at being a 9.8. They said in the grader's note that there was scratches on the book. And I do see those, so that's actually a fair grade. It's all right there, so that's fine. Obviously, I didn't want a cracked case, so I got that fixed. But I sent that to them as well, and I do see the scratches on the book, so that's fair. So there you go.
I just want to send a shout out to CGC. Listen. Thanks for good content.
Yeah. You know what? You at least keep it exciting. You can never accuse us of having the same CGC boxings over and over. I mean, Lady Dorkery actually used to make fun of me because I would get a Darth Vader number 3 like
I've never
all the time.
seen one like this.
You ain't seen one like that. So I don't know. Like I almost want to just keep it as it is.
I feel like it's one of those things
As,
like we should be able to get a grading on the grading that makes it even more like we've got an imperfection like that we should get an extra grade on just this because it should be one of a kind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it should be like
now carries
rare,
a premium.
Rare, one of a kind,
Slabbed
backwards.
Yeah.
9.8.
So you damaged my book because of your improper packaging, and now you are putting your damage that you caused because it was on the back.
We should just
on the
like
front.
have there should just be a collection of like us and the pube guy.
Yeah.
There should just be a collection of imperfectly
Jason
slabbed
Parker.
books.
Remember he had the Marvel label on the Superman comic book? I mean, that makes sense.
Let's just have a collection, and then they're worth more because of CGC's weirdness.
So we've been asked a lot because we own no CBS books. We have never turned in a CBCS book. We've been asked, are you switching? Here's the thing. We are taking steps towards that.
We're experimenting. We're going to experiment, much like is what happening.
We believe that people like us and other YouTubers have to start the movement. We have to basically say, okay, the market right now is saying this, but if enough of us get good books into CBCS and get the market changing towards CBCS and saying CGC is no longer the premier elite, which I'm not saying they are or they're not. I mean, that's always up for debate. I'm just saying there's a lot of issues going on right now.
And we are the market.
They don't seem to be correcting their mistakes.
Market.
When you send in a mistake, say, hey, correct this.
We are the ones
And they
to
correct
make a
it
brighter
with another
day.
mistake.
So let's start moving.
That's it. You at least got to protect your stuff and yourself and your investment. Because if I wanted to actually sell this book, I couldn't sell it.
Well, not only that, but some of the things that we actually needed to sell, we've had like such a delay in being able to sell them because of all the damages.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say except I wanna keep the faith. I really do, because look at my wall. I mean, we are a CGC family, but maybe this is the last straw. Maybe it's not. Stay tuned.
It's not the last straw.
So, all right, there you go. There is CGC correcting their mistakes. And in the meantime, go dork yourself.
Go dork yourself.
All you can do is laugh. Pew pew.